Now, this is the drafting and sewing process of this lovely corporate gown. You could use any color of your choice. I said to settle for ash or gray, whatever you call it. Now, let's dive into the tutorial. First thing first, I have folded my fabric into four, separating the back from the front. The back is usually, depending on your preference, 1 inch, 1.5, or 2 inches bigger than the front because of zipper allowance. So I'm marking my horizontal measurement, my shoulders to chest line, shoulders to under bust, waist, hips, and of course the full length. All right. I'm gonna have to take my shoulder slope. My shoulder measurement is actually 8 inches. I replicated the 8 inches on my chest line. Now I'm taking the neckline. The neckline I'm taking 3.5 inches. All right. Then I'll join my shoulder slope to the neckline. 3.5 inches by 3 inches for the front, and the back you can use 1.5 or 2 inches. All right, so the next thing I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be dividing my bust by 4 plus 1.5 seam allowance. I'll do same for my under bust, my waist, and my hips. For the full length, I'm going what I got on my hips, I'm going to be subtracting 1 inch, so that it's going to be like in a pencil form. It's a pencil gown. So now I'm joining my points. Be sure to do it at your pace. I'm joining my points from my chest line to my underbust to waist to hips, and of course to full length. Remember, I said the hip measurement, let's say, is 40. I'm going to be dividing it by 4. That's 10 plus 1.5 inch seam allowance. That's 11.5. Then I'll subtract 1 inch from that. So my full length. You can subtract 1 inch, you can subtract 1.5 inch depending on your preference. After doing that, I'll come over to my arm side where I have my mid arm side. I'll be coming in by 0.5 inches, and then I am going to be using my French curve to curve it. Before that, I will curve the neckline for the front as well as the back. So now, like I said earlier, I'll be coming by 0.5 inches. Then I'll use my French curve to curve it like so. Now this is only applicable for the front. For the back, I'm going to be cutting it like that. Okay. Now when I'm done, I am going to be cutting out. Be sure to do it at your pace. I'm cutting the front neckline first. Be careful not to cut them together. After that, I'll go ahead and cut for the back. I'll cut my shoulder slope down to my arm side. The arm side, I'll cut the back first because the front, we came in by 0.5 inch or half an inch. So I'll cut the back first before I cut the front. So when I'm done cutting, I'm going to be cutting the facing for the front neckline as well as the back. This is the back neckline. I've gone ahead to cut the facing, as you can see. Then I'm slitting the back. So that's where I'm going to be putting my zipper and of course my back slit. It's very important. Though the fabric is stretchy, that is why I said you should keep 1 inch seam allowance or 1.5 inch. You can even leave it at like that without keeping allowance because the fabric is stretchy, it's going to go through. But me, I just kept 1.5 inch. So I'm going to be cutting the facing for the front now. I'll put it in front like this. Then I'm going to be tracing. I'll trace out the neckline, the shoulder slope, and where I want the facing to stop. Just look at it closely. If you have any questions, kindly leave it in the comment section. To my subscribers, you rock. If you're new in this channel, you're welcome. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. So now I'm cutting it. I actually used my French curve to curve it the way I wanted it. So the way I want, then I had to cut. So now this is the facing for the front. Now to give you that other color, the that manipulation, it's very easy. Just watch closely. Now I took my bust pan measurements. If you want it a bit apart from where you have the cover buttons, you use your bust pan measurement. But if you do not want it so much apart, you will minus 1 inch or 1.5 inches from your bust pan measurement. Let's say if your bust pan measurement is 4.5, you use 3 inches, 3 inches gap. But me, I just wanted to use my bust pan measurement, so I measured 4.5 down, if that makes sense to you. And now from the waist, I'll be coming down to the hip line. From the waist, I will be drawing it to the hip line. It's very easy. From the waist itself, I'll draw it to the hip line. After doing that, I am going to be coming up by 1 inch from where I have my chest line. I will marry it to 2 inches after my arm side. After that, I'm going to be using my French curve to curve it in, like as you can see. All right, I'll curve it in to where I have my waist, my underbust, sorry. I'll curve this other place to where I have my underbust, if that makes sense. Hope you understand it. From the chest line, I came up by 1 inches, then I drew the line down to 2 inches from my arm side. I use my French curve now to merge it together to come this way. Hope you understand. If you don't understand, kindly pause and watch again. You understand what I'm trying to say. Now I'm going to be cutting out. Okay, what I did, I cut on the line, but to be on the safer side, you could leave just few inches. Let's say 0.5 inches and cut out. So I'm going to be replicating this cutout now on the black fabric. When replicating, be sure to put seam allowance, very important, as you can see. Be sure to put seam allowance, if not, you're going to be having a shortage while joining. Perfect. So these are what we're going to be having. And now we are going to be cutting the sleeve. I have taught how to draft a basic sleeve in this channel, so I'm not going to be replicating that, okay? I'll be using that black fabric to be creating my cover buttons when I'm ready. So let's dive into the sewing process. First thing first, this is the sleeve and of course the body of the dress. What I'm going to be doing, I'll be opening it up. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. Please take notes of your points. In order not to make mistakes, always take notes of your points to ease your joining, okay? So now I'll go ahead and join using half an inch. Okay. Now when joining, be sure to do it at your pace. Do not rush. If you rush it, you're going to have wrinkles. Okay, join it gently. What I do for one side, I'll replicate for the other side. Make sure your lines are matching so that you don't have shrinkage. I'm done joining. Be sure to give it a good press. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using the front facing to turn the neckline. Now you could use your hemming glue to attach it, right? Then iron when you're done, or you could do it after attaching. You could use a hemming gum to iron it down. I'll go ahead to attach the back facing as well. Then I'll attach the shoulders together, front and back shoulders together. After which I am going to be attaching the sleeves. So I'm done attaching the sleeves. The next thing I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be attaching the zipper, the invisible zipper. I decided to use black. You could use a matching zipper, but I decided to use black. So I'll be using my zipper footer now to insert the zip. Now after inserting the zipper, I'll be doing my cover buttons. I've gone ahead to use my cover button machine and I've done the cover buttons. Alright. I left I think about 1.5-inch spacing. So for the sleeve, I am going to be hemming the sleeve. Before hemming, I'll just cut a little piece to give it that turn up effect. This is optional, but I just had to do it. 2 inches by I think 5 inches. I'll turn it in, then I'll stitch it like so. Then the button is going to rest on top. Okay. Just watch closely. Now I use white thread instead. You could use black, or better still, you could use grey. So I'm done hemming. What I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be putting the buttons there as well, and I'll hand tack it. What I do for this, I'll do for the other sleeve as well. So I'm done. The next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be shaping it to my measurements. All right, very important. As you can see, I've gone ahead to take my measurements. Okay, then I'll stitch it. After stitching, I'm going to be hemming. You can see how lovely it is. So I'm done. If you have any questions, kindly leave it in the comment section. Thanks for watching. See you in my next